Welcome to another episode of Argo Sports Insider. I'm your host, Will Kennedy, and this is the home for UWF athletics. We're shining the light on all the fantastic things that go on with our Argo teams. We'll get to know our student athletes, coaches, and staff, and hopefully you'll have a little fun along the way. We're going to dive into the pool to get this show rolling. The UWF swimming and diving team made the trip to Indianapolis to compete in the NCAA Division II championships. The Argos sent 12 student athletes to Indiana, finishing 12th overall with a meet total of 123.5 points. Diver Daniela Reyes was the top overall finisher for the Argos. She placed third in the 1 meter board. UWF put a total of 14 athletes on either the first or second College Swimming and Diving Coaches Association All-America teams.
I think overall the swimmers and divers done a good job. It's a lot different than our normal everyday activity, especially for the divers. I mean, they're doing all day, 3 days. That's really hard on their bodies. But they did a great job all the way through. Swimming-wise, like I said, it's 4.5 days, but we've been here almost a week now. And we've got one more session. It is tough to get up in that environment. It's managing the environment a little bit better from coach's side. We need to do that and help them with that and learn how to be a little bit better in the mornings. We can doing some good times like we would at a conference, but that's just not fast enough here in the mornings. Our night swims, which we're not getting as many of, are better usually. Our biorhythms and other things a little bit better in the evening. So we've got to learn how to do that a little bit better as well. But it's just different. We have a smaller team. Here at one time, and they're going a lot of different directions, a little less events. So getting that hype up every time is a little bit more difficult. But we've done a pretty good job overall. I'm happy we were getting more individual qualifiers than we've had in the last several years, and also people getting back and swimming at night and diving again and for finals. So all of that's great. I think we added 8 more individual scorers than we had when we started the meet, which is great, and that's probably a record for us. I'd have to look that up, but I think that is. I think this year we had almost all seniors had a lifetime best and best dives at one point or another in the season. So that's going to be rare in college athletics. So we're really happy about that kind of stuff. Steffi's been great. I mean, really, from the time she was a freshman, she improved quite a bit her freshman year, and then the last several years has been steady, and then a big, huge time drops this year again. She's fun to be around too, and she works hard. She's done a really good job every summer as well of staying in shape and actually moving herself forward. And so just really happy for her that she was able to get one of her goals, scoring individually and being in a final. It's great. Just love the story that she's been able to pull off these last 4 years. Great season overall. I mean, a large team. We had 34 girls, and it's a little bit difficult to manage that many just different schedules and everything to get them together so we could all practice at the same time and competing. And we brought in a lot of new freshmen this year. They've done a nice job as well, and I really look forward to their continued success and improvement. The group that we have here is heavy on the senior side, and so we've got some big shoes to fill, especially on relays and those kind of things. But we'll learn and we'll get better as we go, just as swimmers and divers and as a staff. We already got lots of things swirling in the head on how we can improve for next year in and out of the pool and on and off the boards. So really excited for that kind of stuff. And as long as we keep trying to improve and move forward, I think we're being in good shape, and hopefully we'll continue to be here at NCAA's and make the Argos proud.
Congrats to swimming and diving. It's been a busy week for UWF baseball. The Argos made the trip to Huntsville last weekend to take on the Chargers, and it was a tough weekend for the boys. UAH swept the Argos, winning the first 2 games by 1 run, then capturing the series finale by a 7-4 score. The Argos were missing all-conference performer Trent Jeffcoat for most of that series. The team, though, had to bounce back quickly for a pair of midweek games with North Georgia. In the first of those 2, the Argos fell into a huge 8-0 hole on Tuesday before battling back to tie things up in the 7th inning of that game. UNG scored the game winner in the top of the 9th, pulling out a 9-8 win.
Yeah, we've had a tough week and hadn't played well on the road and went up to Huntsville and Neuschwander that's been outstanding for us. Just didn't have a good start, and got him out of there in the second, and we got behind and really battled back. Did a great job in that first game, tying it up in the top of the eighth, I think, 9-9. Misfortunes there in the ninth inning, and then got the bases loaded and hit a guy for the walk-off. Came back Saturday with a lot of energy in that first game, and had a lead and let that lead slip away from us late and lost the 5-4 there, and then same score on the second game to get swept on the road, and that was a tough pill to swallow. The guys are still fighting hard, and they're still giving a lot of effort. We just got to keep cleaning some things up and come up with some big hits when the opportunities, give us. Today, here against North Georgia, we didn't pitch well. We tried to give Darian a start. He hadn't pitched all year, and really couldn't get out of that first inning, and we got behind. But again, our offense really battled. Slowly came back there in the later innings, finally got the tie there, but again we had second and third and couldn't come up with a big hit to take the lead, and unfortunately they were able to, we walked a guy to lead off the ninth, and they were able to get a base hit after stealing a base there. So it's coming back to bite us quite often. We're on a little skid here, but I'm definitely looking for our guys to come back and with a lot of fight tomorrow.
UWF is now 11-9 overall, 3-6 in conference play, and the Argos have one more with North Georgia before hosting Mississippi College for a 3-game GSC series this weekend. Softball was also visiting UAH last weekend, trying to get something going in GSC play. The Argos ran into a hot-hitting Chargers team, Huntsville pounding out 28 hits, scoring 27 runs across the 3-game series while sweeping UWF. The Argos fall to 8-10 on the season with a 2-6 mark in GSC play.
Hannah is just one of those competitors. She got an injury in that first game, and she came back and she's played through it. And she's just someone that shows up every single time, and she works hard every moment. Like, there's moments where I'm like, hey, we need you to slow down, all right, so you don't get injured or you don't overwork yourself. But she's just one of those kids that you love to coach, and she's great for this program. Mississippi College is one of the hottest teams right now, not just in our conference, but in the region. I'm very excited to host them. We always have really good competitive games against them, so I'm excited that we get to play at our field against them this year. They're scrappy, and we just got to trust the process and trust each other. The biggest thing with our staff right now is just working on their mindset, just going out there, trusting everybody around them, trusting themselves, knowing that they can do it and they can get the job done. Working ahead, right? We've been working behind, and when you work behind, that's when it doesn't fall your way. So just working on those little things this week and getting them hyped for this weekend.
Softball took some time off this week, but the Argos jump back into conference play this weekend. They will also host Mississippi College for a 3-game series at the Fork. UWF tennis may be the busiest of all the Argo programs this week. Both the men and women have been bouncing all over the Southeast lately, but spring break week gets the guys and gals back on the home courts for several matches. The women were in Valdosta last weekend, dropping a tough match to 4th-ranked St. Leo. It didn't get much easier on Tuesday with 6th-ranked North Georgia visiting Pensacola. The Argos battled to the end, but came out on the short end of a 4-3 score. The women are now 4-7 on the season. The 18th-ranked UWF men split 2 matches to start the week, losing to 2nd-ranked St. Leo in Valdosta. Then they came right back to beat number 17 North Georgia 6-1 at home. The Argos improved to 7-2 this season with the victory. The women host Angelo State on Wednesday. Both teams bring Montevallo to the Ralph Skeeter Carson Tennis Complex for a GSC match on Saturday. Southern Arkansas comes calling to Pensacola for men's and women's play next Monday. Women's golf got the chance to play close to home this week with the 22nd ranked Argos teeing it up at the Emerald Coast Classic at Baytown in Destin. UWF was in second spot after 2 of the 3 rounds before finishing tied for 4th after the final round. We caught up with Coach Kristen Dorsey as the Argos came off the course.
3 days, beautiful weather, a little windy, kind of assess how the team performed.
The first day we were pretty fortunate. We got in our 18-hole round before the weather came in. We had a little bit of a weather delay. Second day, I think the girls adapted really well. We had a couple challenges with the wind, the cold, and the course being soaking wet. Last day, we were hoping to shoot a little bit lower, but I saw some really great things I think we can build off moving forward. And this is 2 tournaments in a row where we're in the league group. And even though we drop on the leaderboard, we're still preparing for April.
I know you want to be playing your best golf as you get deeper into the season.
Of
Are you
course.
seeing that progress?
Yes, it may not necessarily reflect on our finishing as far as, we were started in second, we ended up in fifth, but really, it's a top 5 finish, top 4 finish. Girls are shooting consistently lower. We've been working on converting more birdies. Now we're doing well and leading birdies. Just got to eliminate some of those big numbers. So overall, I think we're moving forward. It's just like golf. It's slowly, but we're making our way there, slowly but surely.
A little bit of time, not too long, before you'll be hosting one, on home turf.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to hosting out at Tiger Point in a couple weeks. I think the girls are preparing, hopefully, for a pretty good tournament out there. The course is in beautiful condition. I think it's going to be a great test to everything we've learned this year, and it'll be good preparation going into conference.
You guys have a little bit of a chance to enjoy spring break now?
Well, we get 2-3 days, and then we turn around. We're heading out to North Carolina on Saturday.
Talk about that tournament. I mean, competition, all these tournaments. I mean, the golf is always good.
Yes, we're in the part of the region, South region, where it's just stacked with ranked teams, and they are all really, really good. And we're pretty fortunate to be able to go play them and see what it's like. It's a great time for us to judge like how good we are, where we need to improve on. And Wingate's going to be a packed field, 16, 17 teams, and they're going to be pretty good too. So I look forward to showcasing the Argos up in North Carolina.
Aaliyah Skotka finished tied for 7th in individual play. Alegria Lopez was tied for 14th. The Argos play in the Jerry Surratt Memorial in Monroe, North Carolina, starting Monday. The football spring game is in the book, with the Argos wrapping up spring practice with blue versus green. Defense dominated the day, putting together a fantastic win under a creative scoring system. We chopped it up with Coach Caleb Nobles after the game. Coach, quick spring practice, and here it is, time for the spring scrimmage, the blue-green game. Your impressions of what took place tonight?
Yeah, obviously the score is going to reflect defense had a really good night. I thought they got after us up front, did a good job of getting after us in the run game and pass protection, and did a good job in the secondary of limiting us from throwing the ball quickly. I thought they did a good job of taking care of the football on offense. We didn't have, I don't think we had any turnovers, which is great, but obviously we got to move the football. We got to be better on first and second down to get us in third and short. And so just a lot of room for improvement, a lot of growth we got to do on both sides of the football, particularly on the O-line and D-line. A lot of guys that we know are going to get a lot of reps in the fall, so just a lot of room for improvement and growth that we can bring off the spring ball.
And one thing I know people will say, well, spring's done. Till the fall, you don't do this again, but there's a lot of work that will get done between now and fall camp.
Oh, yeah, the work's never done. There's always things we can do, always room we can grow, watch film, things like that. We got a lot of film that we can teach off of from the fall or the spring going into the fall. And our guys got plenty of time now to come back and build a good, strong foundation of workouts going into the summer. That was part of the plan, to get spring break right after spring ball, so they can come back, get workouts in, and build a good base for the summer. And so I think we got a lot of good guys on this team, a lot of really good players that are returning, and a lot of guys that are going to get a lot of reps here from this spring.
Your first spring game as the head coach, kind of what was going through your mind? How does it feel?
Yeah, calling plays, I would love to score more points, right? That'd be the biggest thing. But, it was great. It was good to be back in the blue and green. It was good to be in Argo again, back at home. I feel like this place is home for my family and I. And it was great just to kind of have an impact on the program and keep moving forward. Again, we got a great men on both staff and players, and I think we got a really good team going into the fall.
Football season tickets are on sale right now. You can find more information on our webpage, goargos.com. Some other news and notes to share with you. Men's golf finished second at the Southeastern Collegiate in Valdosta this week, shooting 9 under. Elias Avisto continues his hot play here in the spring, finishing second at 6 under par. 4 UWF golfers finished in the top 13 in individual play. And the Argos are in action again next week, teeing it up at the Bobcat Invitational in Georgia starting Monday, the 20th. That is a look at all the things we have going on for this edition of Argo Sports Insider. Don't forget, it is goargos.com, your online home for all things UWF athletics. Check out the latest news and notes, schedules, rosters, and tons of other good stuff. And you can also follow us with the Argo Armada app on your phone or tablet, and you can find that in the Apple or Google app stores. And we are all over social media. Don't forget to follow and engage with your favorite Argo teams. We'll see you next time, and as always, go Argos!